Church then and become a choir boy where I was molested. Jesus, please tell me the truth. Do you still think I'm cute? Or were the voices that I heard from fellow Christians in the pews? Jesus is realer than you or me. Grandma exists only in your dreams. Photos are just fake memories. Words in a book is all I need. No, I don't still take the pipe unless it's the kind I can put crack in. Do you think that it's right to lie and call yourself a Christian? Is grandma really a person if she's not in any verses? I guess she never existed at all, other than imagination. Jesus is realer than you or me. Grandma exists only in your dreams. Photos are just fake memories. Words in a book is all I need. Words in a book is all I need.
Shout out to Evan Williams. He's my brother in white Christ.
Shout out Macrometer,
Mashiach
DJ
first.
Macrometer.
Woo. Hey, hey, hey. Yeshua HaMashiach. White Rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight, flipping drugs. Hey. Amethyst color Eucharist. Gold hair smell like frankincense. Myrrh hashish made by temple priests. I'm the great white beast of the Middle East. In the lab with mid-rash until it was gas. Used the Septuagint, fuck the facts. Pretended it was wrote in the past, but now the story too loose. Yeshua HaMashiach. White Rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight, flipping drugs. Peter, Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John never walked the path I was on. The path to the Father is through his Son, but they didn't write until I was done. I was on the cross to be the boss. Y'all looking like sheep, goyim and lost. I'm the word manifest by men in cloth, using passion to remember who got the sauce. Yeshua HaMashiach. White Rabbi to the goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight, flipping drugs. Don't believe the hype, I was white. Yeshua is a European name. My eyes are blue, and I'm 7'2", and I definitely was not a Jew. Yeshua HaMashiach. White Rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight, flipping drugs. Yeshua HaMashiach. White Rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight, flipping drugs.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Green here with No More News. Getting started with some fire new mixes from DJ Macrometer, our very own DJ Macrometer. Shout out. Huge show today. We got some more clips of Vance and Joe Rogan talking about UFOs and demons. The other Book of Enoch Fallen Angel guy, Tim Alberino or something like that, was just on with Joe Rogan too. Rogan is demon maxing this week. Also, I want to start off the show with huge, biggest announcement ever possibly. Total dream come true. This Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be sitting down debating the legend, our favorite Rabbi, Mizrahi. He put here a date, did Jesus actually exist? I think the AI just did that. We're going to be, apparently he doesn't think Jesus existed, so we're going to be debating the details of that, I suppose, and we're going to be talking about other stuff, Judaism, all types of things, all types of Mizrahi questions. We've been watching him for years, like a dream come true, the opportunity to sit down with the legend, the possibly most famous or infamous rabbi in the world. Gonna be amazing. Adam King, awesome Jew, putting it together, making magic happen. This is gonna be crazy. John made a preview of what it might look like. Debate of the year. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so fire already. I've got notes of topics I want to bring up, things I want to say.
Well, yeah.
Jesus is a Jewish deception.
Well, yes, but how can I not be happy when millions of Goyim bow down to one Jew?
Jesus is a...
All right, I'm chipping out a little too hard in this AI. I'm gonna keep my cool way more than this.
Jewish deception.
But it's gonna be amazing. You guys are all gonna be there Sunday night. We got some clips. Mizrahi was just on with Adam King. He's been doing a podcast circuit now. He was on Matan. He was on Sneeko. And I snagged it. Let's go. It's going to be so epic. What's the soundbite I should use? Me and Mizrahi are going to be discussing the usual.
I always wonder how dumb this goyim sometimes can be.
You know, just going to sit down with the rabbi and just have a good old conversation about the Christ brain.
I always wonder how dumb this goyim sometimes can be.
Preach, Rabbi. Tell me about it. I know. Seriously, I'm saying the same thing. Amalek says generational run. Yeah, not generational, generational run. We're getting going here. All right. So, yeah, we got a couple clips, too. We'll play at the end of the show, or we'll play tomorrow to prep. Debate prep. We'll watch Mizrahi clips that I got, refresh my memory on what he said, what he believes, and then some clips of him on with Adam King the other day too. We'll watch those. Debate prep. Let's go. Let me know if you guys have any questions or topics or things you think I should bring up as well. All right, we got a bunch of new clips. We played an amazing clip yesterday with Joe Rogan and Vance, pressing him on just like Israeli influence over politics. But apparently they discuss end times war. Paper Jesus, shout out Paper Jesus. He's got some edits too. I got to pull up one of his new AI.
Sure. Come back.
Let's hear.
Did you read that report that came from at the start of the Iran war, where there was a guy who was an officer?
Oh, I forgot. Hold on. powerchat.live/knowmorenews. Turned up. Oh, there's already a 50 in there. What is that from? I missed it. Okay, I'm going to look for that while we watch that. Dude, no, nobody's ever debated Mizrahi like he's about to do with me. Nope, never happened. Never in the history. Da Vinci Show.
$50. Have a great day. Can't wait for the debate.
It's going to be so good, guys. It's going to be like
Johansen $5
cinema
on the debate. That's a big get. Ask the rabbi if he knows about the elephantine
yeah, I thought about that. Yep. Yeah, legitimacy of the Torah and the elephantine stuff. I thought about maybe mentioning some of that.
Came from at the start of the Iran war, where there was a guy who was an officer, non-commissioned officer, who was at a briefing, and this guy came in as explaining to them that they didn't need to be afraid, because this war was important because Trump had been anointed by Jesus Christ to bring about his return. And the way Jesus is going to return is by bombing Iran.
Dude, I love that he's bringing this up to Vance right now. He's bringing up the apocalyptic Christian mental illness to Vance, talking about Jesus anointed by God for end times wars.
Not see
I
that
got to hear
report.
the question again. Hold on. That was a long question by Rogan. 30-second question.
Did you read that report that came from at the start of the Iran war, where there was a guy who was an officer, non-commissioned officer, who was at a briefing, and this guy came in and was explaining to them that they didn't need to be afraid because this war was important because Trump had been anointed by Jesus Christ to bring about his return.
Yeah, isn't what they said at some Hegseth thing? I remember that. That's what they were telling the military and the soldiers, that they're in some end times Bible war.
And the way Jesus is going to return is by bombing Iran.
I did not see that report.
Okay,
that sounds pretty far out there to me.
This is the kind of right-wing thinking. So here it is. Military commander tells troops bombing Iran is part of God's divine plan. So we started getting calls in the wee hours of Saturday morning from people saying their commanders were just jubilant about this, trying to tell people, don't worry, it's all part of God's plan. They promised a 200-mile-long river that is 4.5 feet deep, filled with nothing but the blood that their weaponized version of Jesus will spill at the Battle of Armageddon, Weinstein said. Let me read the quote. He urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan, and he specifically referenced numerous citations.
I love Rogan right now. I always am just, talking trash on Rogan. The clip I saw yesterday and this clip right now, this is epic. This is amazing. Cinema. You know what we need? We need the meme where the guys, it's like Scorsese and it says cinema, absolute cinema. It needs a picture of Mizrahi saying cinema. I'm going to post that. Yeah, bullshit. Vance didn't hear about that. I'm sure he's heard about that. We've all heard about that for decades, basically.
Out of the book of Revelations referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ. He said that President Trump had been anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to earth.
Okay.
If I'm in that meeting, I'm like, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes.
Yeah.
What?
Well, remember what Trump said on Rogan when he was interviewed right before the election? He goes, Joe, the prophecies say that the world will end in the Middle East. Remember that one? Do I have it? I feel like I always try to find that one and search it, and it never comes up. And sure enough, it didn't.
That's where you need some of the psychedelics we talked about at the last Joe Rogan JD Vance conversation.
That would definitely help.
I mean, okay, my response that, first of all, obviously, do I endorse that? No. Do I think that it's important that people rein it in a little bit? Because I'm sure you're right. There were a lot of troops there, probably a lot of Christian troops there.
Here it is. Who needs to rein it in? Yeah, Christian troops.
There are prophets that say the world will come to an end in the Middle East. You know that, right?
Hey, where was pump the brakes on the end times doomsday prophecies, President Trump? Rogan should have been like, wait, you think those Jewish prophecies are real? Excuse me, hold on. Leader of the free world with your finger on the nuclear arsenal, you think the end times Jewish prophecies are real? That should have been pump the brakes right there. Rogan.
I mean, okay, my response that, first of all, obviously, do I endorse that? No. Do I think that it's important that people rein it in a little bit?
You don't endorse Jesus? Are you questioning my faith? You don't endorse Jesus returning according to prophecies? Is that what I just heard? Is that what you thought you were a Christian, bro?
Are you questioning my faith? You want to go?
Thought you were a Christian.
Because I'm sure you're right. There were a lot of troops there, probably a lot of Christian troops there. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Rogan should have been like,
that would definitely help.
The president believes in magical Jewish fairy tales on weed?
I mean, okay, my response that, first of all, obviously, do I endorse that? No. Do I think that it's important that people rein it in a little bit? Because I'm sure you're right. There were a lot of troops there, probably a lot of Christian troops there who are like, I'm not sure this is exactly right.
Right.
Rein it in a lot bit.
The important point is, I think it's important as a Christian leader, as Christians, period.
By the way, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I do not like this font. Whatever font you're using for the captions here, this is too much, Paper Jesus. Different font.
Leader, as Christians, period. One of the things we have to do is just have humility in the face of God's plan. There's a lot
Feels
that
like
we don't.
It's going to give me a seizure. Humility in God's plan. You like the captions? Chat, vote on the captions. I don't know. It makes me feel a little seizure-ish.
To do is just have humility in the face of God's plan. There's a lot that we don't understand. There's a lot that we don't get. And I think especially on matters of war and peace, the approach that I try to take is you try to make the best decisions that you can. You hope that you're on God's side. You don't assume that God has taken your side. I
love that. I love that. I'm so sick of these people all the time. Oh, I'm with God. Candace Owens is with God. Ben Shapiro thinks he's with God. Everybody thinks God is on their side. Font maxing will bring the Antichrist.
Very famous Abraham Lincoln quote, and that's the attitude that I take. So for that, what I would encourage that NCO to say is, you know what, God is in control. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's pray and try to do as good of a job as we can, trusting in God. If I was speaking to a group of Christian troops, that's what I would say.
But you're speaking to a group of troops.
Sure.
You don't know if they're Christian. You don't know. I mean, you're essentially letting these people know that you believe that Trump was anointed by Jesus to bomb Iran so that Jesus can come back to Earth.
Jesus come back in a fire
If I
of
was
Armageddon.
there, I'd be like, can I get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you. Look,
Yes.
yes, and that is the first that I have ever heard of this particular story.
How have you not heard of this and Biden's 2 brain surgeries?
Apparently, I live in a bunker, man.
Or he's just lying. Dude, Rogan is... You guys know how much I always don't like Rogan. I'm so happy he just did this right now.
Help me, Jesus!
That was
Help
so
me, Jewish
Did
God!
you read that report that came from at the start of the Iran war, where there was a guy who was an officer?
All right. Good job, Rogan. That was amazing. All right, hold on. I gotta get all these bookmarked. Rogan, Demons, Vance.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God!
All right, now they're talking more about
Careful,
Epstein.
and I say that he clearly had connections to the highest levels of American intelligence. He clearly had connections to the highest levels of Israeli intelligence. In fact, one of the interesting things the Epstein saga reveals about, and I try to make this point, is one of the reasons why I'm always careful, and I say there are some elements within the Israeli government who don't like our peace process, because there are a lot of elements within the Israeli government that actually do like our peace process. They recognize that this indefinite campaign is not good for them either. And the Epstein thing is interesting because as much as I know, Prime Minister Netanyahu, not a particularly popular person in the United States of America right now.
Burn.
Epstein seemed to be connected to the elements of the Israeli deep state that were left of center. Like, I've always found that.
Ehud Barak, left of center. See, this is the thing. Like, even Netanyahu and Yair Netanyahu and other like Hudnik Zionists, they were talking about Epstein for years. They're saying they're blaming Epstein, saying he's in with Ehud Barak, their opposition in Israel, which he was. He was seen filmed there a bunch of times. So there's truth to it. Was that his only connection to Israel? Doubtful. But that's the way they're framing it. Just like Trump was best friends with Epstein for years, but they all say, oh, he had nothing to do with it. It's all Clinton and the Democrats. Same thing going on in Israel.
Fascinating. It wasn't like he was super connected to the right of center of Israeli politics. America, he was connected across.
All right, we got a long 20-minute one. They go 20 minutes on UFOs and demons, the real important issues of our time for the vice president. UFO demons. Rogan's favorite topic. That and how great Jesus is as the solution. Okay.
deep state, whether in America or Israel.
Well, most people think he was Mossad.
Yeah, Mossad or CIA or some other deep state, whether in America or Israel or another country, or both. Look, he clearly had connections to the highest levels of American intelligence. He clearly had connections to the highest levels of Israeli intelligence.
Well, most people.
This is the part he left
agencies or anybody else. He was like CIA or something.
Yeah.
Right.
He said I was told he was intelligence.
That's right. And yes, I've asked were there documents connecting Jeffrey Epstein directly to our intelligence agencies or anybody else's, and the answer is no. But if that shit existed, it wouldn't exist in 2026.
What is it?
He was like,
good point. It's true. If that really did exist, number one, if that was going on, they probably wouldn't put it on record, first and foremost. And two, it's already so many years. If that type of stuff existed, they would have destroyed it. They definitely wouldn't have released it in the trove. I'm sure they never imagined the kooky internet would get their panties in a bunch about beef jerky baby eating conspiracies. It's like, so imagine that our deep state Zionist cabal knew that Epstein was eating children, and they released all the beef jerky emails anyway, thinking that the Goyim wouldn't figure it out. Oh, but the Goyim, you underestimated the intelligence and the intellect of the Goyim. They got to the bottom of the beef jerky heist, the beef jerky scandal. All right, who's talking about stealing the election now? Let's see.
Well, it's just very disheartening that you have to consider the fact that it's really possible that the elections get stolen. And the California one was a big one for me.
And why not just have
Spencer Pratt?
mail-in, or why not just have voter ID?
Yeah. That's
saw,
insane. Not only did they not have voter ID, you can't show your ID. You're not allowed to show your ID.
You can in fact be prosecuted if you try to force somebody to show their ID.
Seems like you want people to cheat.
Exactly.
And this is from the same people that were saying you have to have an ID that shows you've been vaccinated just 4 years ago to go to
grocery
restaurant
shopping or to go to a restaurant. Yeah, no, it's.
Wouldn't it be funny if like Palantir had some voting system to stop this problem? That'd be funny.
Definitely, that's the part about it
that
I think makes most people of my political
But
persuasion.
it is true. It is ridiculous. And it is true. In California, you're not allowed to show your ID. One time years ago, I remember walking up and trying to show my ID. And they're like, no, we don't need to see that. We don't need that. Put that away. And I'm like, what? Anybody can just walk in here and say they're somebody and fill it out? That seems retarded.
Skeptical of what the Democrats are doing.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to cheat in the election, then just make everybody actually show an ID. Another thing people don't realize is, I didn't realize this until a couple years ago, the voter ID solves a lot of the mail-in ballot problem. Because if you have to show an ID in order to get a mail-in ballot, in order to actually, confirm.
We already know that. Hey, guy in the chat I've never seen here before, Good Maki. If you're going to keep attacking people in the chat, we're just going to ban you, all right? Stop being disruptive and attacking everybody else in the chat over stupid, schizo, delusional stuff. Last warning. First and final warning.
You cannot negotiate.
Is he trashing Trump's foreign policy decisions? That's what they're saying. That's what this Jew is saying, I think.
I'm very frustrated by the Americans and frankly by people in other countries who are like, you cannot negotiate with the Iranians.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. There's something wrong with them. They're cuckoo.
But Trump's been going back and forth on this during the negotiations. So
I want to deal with them with their scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it.
That's what he says right after he bombs. And then when they're trying to get a deal done, he says, oh, they're really good. They're actually pretty good. And they're not bad. And weak shit. Yeah, this Jewish guy. It's jaw-dropping to see Vance go on the podcast circuit to trash Trump. It's like, come on, stupid. What would J.D. Vance do differently about the Iran war if he was in charge? Another good question. This is like a presidential debate question.
If it was your call, would you have done exactly the same thing?
Well, what did the president said publicly that JD was less enthusiastic about it, I think was the exact phrase that he used. I mean, my attitude towards this, man, as you know, is the vice president, I'm not a public commentator. Like, my job is to give the best advice I can to the president of the United States. I think he's said a little bit about what that advice was. But once the president makes a decision, so long as I think that it's, you know, legal and ethical and all that stuff, and I certainly think whether you agree or disagree with it, what we've done has been legal. My attitude towards it is I try to make it as successful as possible. And I've got friends, of course, I think, you know, you've expressed some skepticism of this. I've got a lot of friends, both in private and public, who've expressed skepticism of this, who say, well, this is terrible, we disagree with the decision, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not a public commentator. My approach to this is not to Monday morning quarterback a decision that was made 3 months ago. My approach to it is to try to make it as successful as possible, which is why I poured my heart and soul into these negotiations, which is why I've tried to make that goal, Iran not having a nuclear weapon, something that's not true both, not just now, but is true in the long term. And that's the way that I try to approach it.
So what is going
He's such a politician. Every answer he says, okay, finally to the good part, UFOs, demons, the important issues. Finally to the real issues, the real serious topics. UFOs, aliens, angels, and demons.
Actually, I haven't done it yet.
You said something that I thought was very odd.
Okay.
You said that you thought that they were demons.
Okay, I did say that.
What did you mean by that?
Well, first of all, they're not just in Christianity, but in a number of world religions. There are a number of, like, you know, mystical things that happened, extra-dimensional, I'm not one of these people who's like a hyper-rationalist. Like, I think that there are things happening in the world that we're not always seeing. You know, I believe in God. I think that there is a kind of what's
not a rationalist. No, it's not only that you're not a hyper-rationalist. It's not just regular rationalists don't believe in magical, unseen, biblical demons and angels floating around, invisible everywhere, and magical prophecies and blood magic, atonement, scapegoat, sacrifice rituals and stuff. You're like, oh, you don't believe in all that? Oh, you're a radical rationalist extremist. Like, no, dude, you're completely supernatural, fantastical, suspended disbelief to believe any of that stuff.
Number of world religions. There are a number of, like, you know, mystical things that happened, extra-dimensional, I'm not one of these people who's like a hyper-rationalist.
Imagine people thousands of years ago made up a bunch of stories to try to explain the world they didn't understand. So that's your proof that, it really is invisible wars, spiritual battles happening. Okay, David Icke.
Like, I think that there are things happening in the world that we're not always seeing. You know, I believe in God. I think that there is a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not extra real.
Retarded.
Supernatural.
There are supernatural things that are happening. Okay. So if you look historically at, you know, things that are similar to the alien phenomenon, where, some like strange being, it kind of looks like a human being, but doesn't look like, but it's not human. And it shows a particular interest in human beings. And then it takes the human beings and, you know, like does weird experiments on them. I think my argument is that's either bullshit, right? You're either talking to a crazy person, which I don't like. I'm not saying just because I believe in the supernatural doesn't mean I believe in everything supernatural. But if we're talking about
only the
an
Jewish
extraterrestrial being that is human-like but not human,
almost
that
only
contains
Jewish demonology, like in Kabbalah and in the Talmud, like Jay Dyer says,
infinite powers and is torturing human beings, you can call it an alien if you want, but I think there's a lot of historical precedent to call that a demon.
Well, a lot of these stories and these accounts.
We have one right here on the
demonic
on the
alien. Yeah, that's the mothership logo. A lot of these accounts
alien
are
confirmed.
not
Joe Rogan, alien
people being tortured. They're people that are being exposed to information, like the Travis Walton story is a very famous case from the 1970s.
Read about it on the way back, though.
This guy right here. I got a Travis Walton bobblehead. He's one of the most famous UFO abduction stories.
Okay.
There's a movie with D.B. Cooper in the...
and like, what is the information that they gave Travis Walton?
Was D.B. Cooper that was the D.B.
I love how when he gets confronted with the story at the military saying that they're in an end times apocalyptic war and Jesus is about to return, he goes, oh, that's a little crazy. I don't agree with that. They need to rein that in a bit. But then UFOs, demons, invisible things, magical abductions, all that's legit.
D.B. Cooper was the guy who stole the money and jumped out of the plane. Fire in the Sky. There's a movie.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I remember this movie. I don't think I ever saw it, though.
1993. Good movie, but sensational. And Travis Walton says they made a bunch of shit up, and that's not what happened. But
yeah,
the story was that he was a logger in Arizona, and he was leaving a job. They were all together in a truck, and these loggers saw this light, land in this forest, and they went to go investigate. He jumps out of the truck, and he gets close to it, and he's hit by some beam of light and knocked to the ground. They take off, and then they realize, like, we've got to go back. We don't know what's going on. Like, they turn around. They go back to get him. They're freaked out and panicked. They go back to get him. He's gone.
You're talking to the president, and you're talking, like, telling some story from some, like, kook looking for attention or something. It's from some bullshit story. This is incredible. Blankion says, it's pretty terrifying that these Zionist lunatics have power. I know.
The police interview them. They think that they killed him. They there's an investigation. 5 days later, he shows up.
$5 I personally think that all of those abduction stories are intelligence operations.
I think they're just dreamlike hallucinations, most likely, or people just making up stories, looking for attention.
Wearing the same clothes, and he has this crazy story. And he had been in the spaceship for 5 days, is what he said, and that they had fixed him, they healed him, and then they had communicated with him telepathically, and he had this very bizarre encounter with these beings that aren't from here. Or if they are from here, they're very different than us.
Okay, so I guess my response to that would be extra powerful beings, in this case communicating telepathically, helping people. Sounds like an angel. So I guess let me make the Steelman version of my argument.
The debate's coming.
It's that, okay, my dog, there's no real difference between me and God to my dog. I can literally walk into a room and turn the light on. I can make food appear instantaneously. I can transport myself across time and space very, very rapidly. If you're a human being with intelligence, but not supernatural intelligence, I guess my point is, again, this could all be bullshit. This could all be fake. That's a possibility.
Yes.
But if it's real, is there really a meaningful difference between an angel or a demon and a space alien with super technology? To our perception, they would largely just look like the same thing.
I think we're capable of nuance. We're capable of understanding that human beings are far more complex and evolved than chimpanzees. And we can imagine a world where if we don't blow ourselves up and there's not a nuclear bomb and we don't get hit by an asteroid.
Thank you, Jack Stone, for the edit, for the requested edit. Perfect.
If we live another million years, that we would have technology that's indistinguishable from magic. Right?
Exactly. That's
but
exactly
that
what I'm saying.
doesn't
And we
mean
could
that
show
they're
up on
angels
another
and
planet.
demons. It just means they're hyper-evolved, advanced civilizations from somewhere else.
And what I'm saying is the perception of those beings to a more simple intelligence.
Sure.
There's not a meaningful difference. So you're like talking about what it is that these things actually are. And I guess what I'm talking about is how would a human being with my level of intelligence or your level of intelligence in 2026 understand what's going on?
Right, but from a biblical perspective, there's a very big difference between a demon and a hyper-intelligent being from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, a demon or a hyper...
Yeah, aliens and demons. Vance is trying to say aliens and demons are like interchangeable and basically the same thing. And Rogan's like, no, like aliens from another planet in a different solar system are way different than demons of the Bible, like fallen angel souls cast out of heaven or disembodied spirits of evil, whatever Christians claim demons are.
For intelligent,
well,
malicious.
If demons are real, if there really are dark forces in the universe and they're disembodied dark forces, these things that exist,
You ever seen a demon on weed, Joe?
And then there's also powerful light forces in the universe.
This is my favorite topic, dude. Joe Rogan, Tucker, Alex Jones, demon maxing. With so many demons, we need Jesus, guys. Bottom line. That's the sitch.
I read about it in a book.
To be mutually exclusive to the concept of hyper-intelligent other species.
Absolutely.
When you're looking at an insanely vast universe.
I don't think they have to be, but I think that it is interesting to me that for most of human history, we would have understood supernatural, hyper-powerful, hyper-knowledgeable things as sort of celestial or celestial.
We would have thought of a cell phone as being sorcery. I mean, that doesn't mean it's sorcery. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just technology. That argument doesn't make any sense to me.
Dude, who is this man? Where did this Joe Rogan come from?
Well,
and this is not discounting the possibility of demons or discounting the possibility of angels.
Well, I guess I understand your point conceptually. I don't actually disagree with this. I don't think we're saying something different. That, metaphysically, there could be two separate things going on. There could be there could be extra Earth, outside of Earth, space aliens, and there could also be angels and demons. These could be two totally separate things. One could be true and not the other. I totally concede and agree with that point. I guess what I'm saying is it's a distinction that is conceptually interesting to me, but
I
didn't see that, no. Can you send it again, Corn Pop? I don't remember seeing that at all. DM on Twitter.
if a space
Probably.
alien with like superhuman technology comes to the Earth and has malicious intent, I don't know how I'm supposed to tell the difference between that and a demon.
If they have malicious intent. But I mean, isn't that also the case with visiting people, right? Like you could have a country and you get visited by the Peace Corps, or you get visited by pirates.
Yeah.
You know, and are the pirates demons?
Dude, Rogan is having to like walk him through this. What is going on right now, bro?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah, is this only because the Bible are we having these type of conversations, by the way? Because of Bible brain. They have third world 70 IQ logic. Science, physics appears like magic when you don't understand it, right? When you get your shit pushed by a drugged out meathead, you know it's bad. Yeah, dude, the UFC DMT like weed smoker guy is like having to like slow walk you to understand how aliens are different than Bible demons. That's where we're at.
As the Peace Corps angels?
No, but I think we're talking about something much different.
Are we talking about something different? Or are we talking about a hyper advanced version of that?
We're talking about.
Dude,
Rogan's
getting mad. He's pressing him. It's getting serious.
Understand it, we're talking about things that exist outside the United States. Outside of the Earth. Okay, and two different types of beings that could exist outside.
Freudian
the Earth.
slip? Okay, it's foreign. Confirmed. China secret space. Russia, China secret space programs. That's what we're seeing. Confirmed. We just heard it.
There's a lot of people, you know, Tim Burchett thinks that they're here.
There's Atlantis or there's something else
well,
like
that. They're somehow or another, they're survivors of a long-gone civilization that live under the ocean.
Yeah.
That's just as kooky as living in space.
Here's the way I would put it is like, there's also a difference between a demon and a ghost, right? These things are two very different conceptual things.
Right.
But if I'm a human being and I meet a malicious ghost, maybe I think it's a demon. And maybe all I'm saying is maybe there's some point at which the conceptually interesting, this is such a weird conversation, at which point the conceptually interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Finally, some self-awareness. Yeah. The intricate details of differences between demons and ghosts. I suppose Jesus is a Jewish ghost. Satan is the Jewish boogeyman ghost. They're having this war in the cosmic heavenly realms for your soul. I guess the ghost can be an angel or a demon. If they were a good person, they become an angel. If they were bad, they become a ghost, a demon. Is that the way it works?
Of what it is separate from how it appears to me and how I'm going to understand it as a human being in my particular social and cultural context in 2026. But if you're looking for me to concede the point that there is something different or could be something different between an angel, a demon, a space alien, a supernatural,
get matched with
but non any of those other things beings, yes, I can see that.
Yeah, the question is, what do these special access programs, like what is the information that's available? Like how, according to David Rush and a lot of these other people, that there have been crash retrieval programs.
Okay, and I've talked to Dave before. I think I called him actually after he was on your podcast. So there's like the crash retrieval stuff of whether that's real or not, where is it, etc. There's the videos, right? There are all of these videos, some of which have been released and declassified that seem to me show some pretty weird stuff. And then there might be other pieces of evidence as well. I'm not saying there is or isn't. I just don't know. I try to keep an open mind about this stuff. All I'm saying is I'm fascinated by it. I don't have like some secret sauce, at least not yet, that tells me what's true and what's false. I'm just saying this is something that I'm interested in, but it doesn't. It's because it's like anything in life. Where do I have to figure this out this week? No. So I'm going to do the things that I have to, like negotiate with the Iranians and try to get this bill passed.
So let's imagine a world where the Iranian negotiations go swimmingly. Everything's done.
God
you know, all these Gulf Arab states decide, hey, let's invest money in Iran. Let's change hearts and minds. Whew, okay. Avoided a gigantic apocalyptic scenario. What could be done? Like, if we have information,
well,
like, who has this information, and why are they holding on to this information? And what do you know the Hal Puthoff story?
No.
So Hal Puthoff, who used to work for NASA, said that he was brought in during the Bush administration.
Not another one of your kooky podcast stories, dude. Hey, have you heard of this one crank that said this and this and that? Like, come on, dude, no more of those.
They were proposing disclosure, and they were saying. This is what they were saying. They're saying we have biological remains and we have physical crafts. We're proposing disclosure, and they brought in a bunch of thought leaders, different disciplines, different schools of thought, and they said, I want you to compile a list of pros and cons and put a numerical value on how this is going to affect society, how this is going to affect religion, how this is going to affect government, how this is going to affect economy, all these different things. And when they compiled this list, every one of them had more in
Vance
the con
than
in the pro, and they decided against disclosure because of that. Now, if that's the case, what are we talking about? Like, who has this information, and what is this information? I mean, if that wasn't just a thought experiment,
dude, if
they
this
weren't
was
really
me,
just
I'd probably be
fucking
on
with these
Rogan
people, which I don't
and
understand why they would do
Tucker,
that.
like,
But
5 years
let's assume what is known, and why would they prevent that information from getting out?
Well, that's That's a big if.
Have you seen the movie The Age of Disclosure?
I've not.
Okay. Well, a lot of people, including intelligence officers, different.
Then he keeps going. Have you seen this movie? Hey, have you seen this movie about aliens? He thinks movies are the real world. Actually, guys, sorry to break it to you, but fallen angels are fake, bro. All right.
People in the government are in this documentary, and one of the things that they're saying is part of the problem with all this is if they have had these programs going on for so long, that means they've been misappropriating funds and they've been lying to Congress. So all these people that were involved in these programs,
I've heard this argument, yeah.
So Lou Elizondo and all these other people have said, look, what we're going to need is mass amnesty for people that are involved in this. It's the only way you're ever really going to get to the bottom of it. So the problem with that is if you've got unlimited money and you've got misappropriation of funds and lying to Congress, I guarantee some of that money has gone to places it should have gone.
100%.
Like it always does.
Yeah. So like it's always very hard to engage in these like super generic, super general, I should say, hypotheticals because, you know, like, yeah, if look, we've got remains of space aliens and we're hiding them, then there are a million possibilities for that. What would explain it, how it would have happened.
That's not a trick, Skunkytron. I am a Nephilim debunker.
And the reason I'm skeptical that it's true that we have the physical remains is not because I don't think that's something that, like is physically possible or that the government's willing to do and able to do a lot of crazy stuff in our history and the history of all governments. I am skeptical of the competence. I actually made this point to Dave when we talked, and I think he's a very interesting guy. So I don't mean to insult him or say I disagree with him about everything, but I made this point to Dave when we talked. It's like if we have literal space alien remains in the custody of the United States government, there is no way that wouldn't get leaked, that wouldn't leak out in some way.
Well, it has leaked out anecdotally.
Well, I guess that's the counter argument.
Yeah,
but I think
you know the Nixon story,
the
Nixon and Jackie Gleason story?
No, I want to hear that. But like
story.
with cell phones and every way that we have, like it's plausible to me you could hide that in an era where you have to have a giant camera the size of these antlers in order to take a photo of something. But dude, I can take, like you have cameras now that are like literally this tiny. That's the part that I'm skeptical of.
Okay,
that we're hiding back.
Let me push back against that because you know that if you have any sort of top secret, like if you go into a skiff. Like, there's no way you're bringing cameras in there.
Okay.
You're look, when I came here to this podcast studio, they had a dog check my trunk.
It's your
they had
studio?
to pop my trunk. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to blow up my own studio?
Yeah, but okay. So
you know what I'm saying?
But the counter argument, though, is they check that stuff on you. They don't check that stuff on everybody.
Everybody here, they did.
Everybody here.
Yeah,
so,
but if
all you need is one official with, like, the highest security clearance. Now, okay, you're right. Certain devices, like, emanate signals that they can pick up on Bluetooth and all that shit. But
to have access to go into a room where they have these things,
and if
they did have these things, I guarantee you, they're going to make sure no one's got anything. They could easily scan you to make sure that you don't have any kind of electronics, any kind of camera.
My bio. First thing, Nephilim debunker.
Got a recording device. That's not hard.
I mean,
especially if you've got something squirreled away at Area 51.
Totally covering up the Nephilim and the fallen angels in the book of Enoch. The Enochian fallen angels, the Watchers, bro. Adam's one of them, dude. He's a giant Nephilim, actually. Hyperborean hybrid Nephilim fallen angel. Adam Greenberg, totally, dude.
Run this experiment because I got 2.5 more years as VP, and I swear to you, if there are little green men, like body remains.
Text me, please.
Well, I'm not going to text you. I'm going to try to smuggle a camera and get a photo of these things.
Well, how would you, the Vice President of the United States of America, have to have a camera smuggled in to do that?
Well, maybe I wouldn't. But again, I've seen.
Do you think that you have the kind of authority?
Like,
look, let's imagine you find out that at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base they have some secure facility somewhere. Maybe it's not there. Maybe they've kept it under wraps. Maybe it's in the mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
And you find out that this thing exists. Do you think it's as simple as you could just go out and tell everybody, or do you think that you get briefed on the implications of what would happen if you disclosed all this information?
Well, I would definitely get briefed on the implications of what would
happen. And they would probably tell you, hey, you have to bullshit people.
Yeah, but dude, I'm not.
You're not going to bullshit people?
Well, look, I have many skills as a politician in some vices, but like one of them is I'm just not a good liar.
Well, then they're not going to show it to you. You just fucked up. You just fucked up on this podcast by saying that.
What I am
show it
telling
to
you,
the ladies on The View.
That's right.
The intellectual leaders of our
trust me,
world.
they show it to the ladies of The View. It will be said 2 hours later. Anyway,
they show it to them just so that no one will believe it.
I do want to look into this stuff. I'm just telling you. I have not yet seen the evidence that we have certainly extraterrestrial remains, but there's a lot of stuff before extraterrestrial remains that's also interesting. Like the flight patterns in some of these videos are super weird.
Well, the Commander David Fravor stuff is bananas. It goes from 50,000 feet above sea level to sea level in like a second.
But what people say, right? Like, because one of the arguments I've heard, for example, is, could this just be a visual lure on the camera or something like that? Okay, that sounds to me plausible. I'm not an expert in cameras, but then what the pilots, their reaction to it, it's not like they're looking at a visual lure on a camera. It's like they're looking at something else that's really, really weird and difficult to explain, given what they know about, physics and aeronautical engineering, et cetera. So anyway, I am fascinated by this, but I just don't want to tell people like, oh, I've uncovered the truth, or I haven't because I haven't looked at it yet.
Right. Well, I would, if I was you, that would be the first thing I did. I'd storm right in there and go,
let's talk about tax policy.
Is that what you want to talk about?
No.
We can talk about tax policy.
It's way more interesting.
I would want to know. I mean, I think the world wants to know. I think it would fundamentally change our understanding of what it means to be a living organism.
Okay, what do you think? Like, what is your, you know more about this than I do.
I don't think we're alone.
But, okay,
I don't think we're alone. I just don't understand what it is.
Okay.
I don't know if it's...
So you don't have like a strong view about what it is. You're just
I don't have
curious.
any data, right? So I don't have any proof. So I believe Commander David Fravor. I believe Ryan Graves.
Yeah.
He was a fighter pilot who said
does.
that when they upgraded their equipment on these fighter jets in 2014, all of a sudden they started seeing these things that were staying completely motionless at 120 knot winds, and they were a cube inside of a sphere, a black cube inside of some sort of
Well, okay, so this is I know you've talked to Eric Weinstein.
Yes.
And, I haven't talked about this lately, but one of the things that Eric sort of kind of persuaded me of a couple of years ago was...
It's Weinstein.
God, I don't want to hear about Weinstein. Rogan entertains the idea of the Chris Bledsoe angel orbs. Angel Conzo, thank you.
$5 Rogan is kinda grilling him. I'm sure next week he'll be back to saying they are demons though.
I know, yeah. It's like Rogan does think they're interdimensional DMT clockwork elves or something. But he's like, it's obviously stupid to say that aliens and demons would be the exact same thing, because there's a reason everybody says aliens are demons, because they're different things. Otherwise, they would just say they're the same.
You know how weird it is to see the vice president saying that he thinks aliens are demons?
Destroy Jesus
sent $50. Please call Jesus. I'm being attacked by demons.
I got just what you need, bro. An exorcism. Call in the exorcist.
$5 on Rumble.
The power of Christ compels you!
Especially nowadays, and he's just using Catholicism as a vessel to gain political power and help our side/people.
Yeah, it crosses my mind sometimes. If that's the play. Thank you guys.
You know how weird just like living in it, like that's a dream. That's how you would wake up from that dream, and I would tell you, dude, I dreamed the vice president said aliens are demons.
Here's the question though. What were they talking about in the Bible? When they're talking about aliens and demons, when they're talking about like angels, what the fuck were they talking about? And are there different kinds of beings that can, for whatever travel method they use, whether it's teleportation or, the Bob Lazar idea of gravity shifting, whatever the fuck it is they get here, why would we assume that they'd all be cool?
Right.
Like, if some of them are, they talk about reptilians. Like, reptilian is a common experience that these supposed UFO abductees, and I'm not even convinced there's like physical abduction. I have a feeling that these people are out cold and something's happening to them inside their head, and they think they've been physically abducted. I think that's a lot of them. I think they have these abduction experiences, they come back, they have these contacts, and they come back. I have a feeling a lot of them physically aren't going anywhere. But it doesn't mean that something's not happening. And if all throughout history people have reported demonic possession and demonic influences, and why would we not assume that if we do things to us, like we...
I thought that was the Angel Orbs clip. What the hell? Angel Orbs 1. This was the
Bledsoe.
That's an orb that was over his house.
High-res orb from Bledsoe. Look at that.
It's weird as shit. It does not look like any of those other things we've seen before.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, they were getting high in the burning bush in the Bible, man. Mana was magic mushrooms, bro. Yeah, let's promote this Chris, what is it? Chris something, Angel Orb, Bledsoe, Angel Orbs crank, who just got his major prediction about Easter 2026 wrong. He said Jesus was going to return, got it wrong, and then immediately after falls upward, getting a positive mention on Joe Rogan.
And it just is...
Looks like a cell.
Who is Bledsoe?
Dude.
UFO researcher guy?
Chris Bledsoe. I've had him on my podcast. Bledsoe Said So. That's his podcast. He's fucking awesome. Dude, he's awesome. Yeah.
It is enhanced, it says, but I don't...
see, this is the enhanced one, which means the AI put in some kind of shadowy figure in the back. What
if this is just like a highly advanced species version of those balloons that kids have for parties?
I know, dude.
I mean, what if they just send them down to people? That's what's fun. Like,
good one, Joe. Yeah, like the balloons at parties. That's totally what this is. Good one, man.
Blow bubbles.
You're so funny, Joe. You're like the king of comedy, bro.
You dip it in the soap and you go, and the bubbles go flying in the air.
I know, dude.
Maybe that's a super advanced
Well,
version.
I mean,
of
it
that.
could just be. I mean, it does have a bubble quality to it.
But this is the other thing. It's like, why are we assuming that life is going to look anything like us once it gets to like a supreme state?
Exactly.
That might be a living thing.
Right.
That might be an actual living thing that's disembodied and is made out of light.
Look at it. Look at that thing.
That's another one.
And dude, I know people who can like call these things. Like, there's a method where these things just start showing up.
Excuse me. Yeah, you reminded me. I had an old clip of Rogan saying, it might be on my oldest hard drive, Rogan talking about the end times Christian cultist. Here's the movie that Corn Pop sent in. Aliens Are Demons. Scene from the movie The Devil's Tomb. Cuba Gooding Jr.
What am I looking at?
We was aliens and
The
shit.
wrath of God. You might not believe this, Father, but you are expendable. I'm about 2 seconds away from expending your brains all over this floor if you don't tell me what the hell that is.
Dude, expend his brains all over the floor. Tell him what it is. Thank you, HTX.
JRM sent $5 on Rumble. Super hyped for your debate with Mizrahi.
I know. I've never been so hyped. This is the climax of my existence, of my life, is this debate with Rabbi Mizrahi, basically.
A Nephilim.
What?
A Nephilim.
Nephilim.
Go on, Father. Tell him where it's from.
Great acting. Go ahead, Father. Tell him about the Nephilim.
Was he down here studying spacemen? It's not from space. Yeah? What is it then?
An angel.
Not an angel from heaven. An angel cast from heaven. An angel at war with God.
Damn. Shit. Is that too loud, guys? Sounded loud.
Nephilim are present in almost every religion. In the Bible, the Torah, even obscure...
The Torah, the Bible, the Torah. The Torah is real, Goy. Be very scared of the UFO alien demons. The Torah is real. Pray to Rabbi Jesus. That's all you can do, Goy. Bollywood quality? No, dude. This is Hollywood. This is Hollywood trying to destroy Jesus by scaring you with the villain in the Jesus story. Riveting. This is great. This is great. I love this. I'm going to watch this whole movie. The Devil's Tomb. Sounds based.
Nephilim are present in almost every religion. In the Bible, the Torah, even obscure scriptures make reference to them.
Genesis speaks of the sons of God coming to earth and assuming human form. They corrupted mankind, ignored the boundaries of their own domain, until God passed his judgment and wiped the slate clean, started over, imprisoned them in tombs like this.
Okay, crazy dude. Okay, psycho. Settle down, bro.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Chill out, dude. Why is he so mad? I know. He's like, God damn it. God did this.
That's not ice. It's the hand of God. That's why the Adjurists are here.
The what?
The Adjurists, a group with one purpose: to find the fallen angels and exorcise their evil.
Ooh.
They sacrifice themselves to absorb the Nephilim spirit, to make sure that they never escape again.
Like that?
Exactly.
Oh,
But we
there's
were
BB.
too late.
Or Putin.
We found dozens of them down here. But not like this one.
It's evil. Isn't Wesley?
Oh, he's going to
Why
pray.
didn't you tell me any of this before?
You were on the front line of the biggest battle mankind has ever fought, Captain. Besides, would you believe me?
David now sent $10. I am surprised I never heard of this movie.
10% on Rotten Tomatoes, 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 2009. Cuba Gooding Jr., The Devil's Tomb. Based.
Bullshit.
That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. So good. Bullshit. That's me. That was me at the end. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Weinstein to get very sensitive.
Okay, sorry, Weinstein. Okay, got it. Eric Weinstein. Good thought. Speaking of pedophiles, I guess Harvey was a pedophile. He had many sins, but not that one.
Candace Owens says he's innocent.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Or not guilty of everything that they said he was.
So, okay, Eric Weinstein, this is probably 3-4 years ago, persuades me of this, actually. Now, it's an interesting theory. His argument is, in the same way that I would say, what's the difference between an extraterrestrial and an angel or a demon, depending on its intentions, from the perspective of a human in 2026? His argument would be, what's the difference between a space alien and a human being, but just a human being with super advanced technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if this is still his view, but he kind of was, he was like, let's say you had human beings who just were super scientifically advanced. Like what we know of the laws of physics, as I understand it, is that light speed is sort of the upper limit of what one of our spaceships could travel. Okay, you can't go any faster than the speed of light. Well, that's a problem because everything else that could support extraterrestrial life is many light years away. Okay, so his argument to me again back in the day was, if you figured out a new physics, in the same way that you had an understanding shift from Newtonian physics to Einsteinian physics, if you have a new understanding of physics that allows you to travel much faster than the speed of light, you could just have human beings, either from a different planet, or maybe they went to Mars and started their own civilization, and then that got old, and at this point, they are many millions of light years away, but they can move through space and time in a way that is quite literally like divine from our perspective, or space aliens, but they're just human beings.
It could be human beings from the future.
If time travels...
Dude, this is Rogan's like #1 issue. Rogan, Tucker's attacked by demons. Jones is always talking about demons. Candace, Sean Ryan, and they're all bringing this exorcist on. Dude, this demon psyop is part of the Jesus Judeo deception, guys. Everybody's focused on secret demons and Satanists everywhere. That is just all to scare you and keep you in the Judeo paradigm.
Possible.
But it also, we know that life exists on Earth. So if life exists on Earth, Earth is a planet. There are hundreds of billions of stars that have hundreds of billions of planets. We have no idea how many planets there are in the known universe that could potentially support life. And if these things live on these planets and they live far longer than we have, like if you showed a nuclear bomb to someone from 100 years ago, they would say that's the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. You show them a reactor, show them a cell phone, show them that television.
Just like my dog with the light switch, right?
Just to be able to FaceTime someone in New Zealand. Like what is that? What are you doing?
Long overdue payment.
Thank you for the 50 CQ Stone. Appreciate that, bro. Long overdue. You're making up. No small hat confirmed. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Now advance that forward 1 million years, and then instead of using propulsion, you are instead manipulating space-time.
So that's exactly right. And one of the things I've talked with Elon about this, and Elon is obviously a super smart dude, but I've never heard like a super satisfying answer to this. One of the things that worries me, like I want humans to be a multiplanetary species. I want us to go to Mars instead of a colony, and like that's sort of, I love humanity. I want it to continue. And the problem with space travel that I've again not heard a satisfactory solution to is, when we're outside of the Earth's gravity, our genes, like our actual DNA, seems to not function as well when it's not on Earth-style gravity, which makes sense, right? We developed in these conditions with this gravity. So whenever you have somebody who goes to the International Space Station for like 3 months or 6 months, and they come back and they are totally jacked up because like literally the cells in their body are starting to like discombobulate in response to a low-gravity environment. Right. We have to figure out a solution to that problem. That to me is sort of the most interesting part of space travel, of going to Mars, of setting up a colony on another planet is, if you set up a colony on Mars, and what it takes you like 2 years to get there and 2 years to get back or something like that.
Right.
But in that time, you've gone from a functioning adult, healthy, to like dead. Right. If you're in space for 4 years, that part of space travel is very fascinating to me, and I don't know that I've heard any satisfactory solution to it yet.
I don't think conventionally there is a satisfactory solution, but if you're talking about manipulating space-time and not traditional propulsion,
you probably can figure that out.
You could manipulate, you could essentially contain this environment in exactly the same way it is, and travel to somewhere else with that environment. So this is the idea of them living under the surface of the ocean.
I see.
Like, how can they live in the depths of the ocean? Well, because they have a completely contained environment.
Sure.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
It's all just nonsense.
Maybe they figured out how I can eat.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all just nonsense. Exactly. No proof for it at all. Why are we dedicating half an hour with the vice president on your podcast and almost every guest you have in podcasts for years talking about, dude, Ezekiel's chariot, bro? What's really going on in the Bible, dude?
Like steak and Grater's ice cream and have the blood profile of eating, chicken and salad.
Well, I don't think chicken and salad is the way to go.
I know you don't.
That's all code.
I think
so am I.
Just eat a little bit of ice cream.
Oh, ice cream, pizza, code. That's all their Illuminati PDF code. Vance presses. What are some of the comments saying here? Full episode. I'm not saying it was demons, but it was demons. That's good. Trev Siegel,
sent
thank
$5
you.
on Rumble. Hope you are doing well, Adam.
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. This new Mizrahi debate is, I'm on cloud 9. All right. Look, Rogan also is about to come out. This was 2 days ago. This is probably coming out today or tomorrow. He sat down with this guy, Timothy Alberino. Timothy Alberino, the Enoch expert. The book of Enoch is blowing up on social media. It's almost as if this book was suddenly unsealed for our generation, he says. The book of Enoch, Anna Paulina Luna promoting book of Enoch.
It provides, as I said.
So Rogan just had, right on the heels of this, they just had Jay Dyer on Tucker talking about demons. They just had the Orthodox Christian guy a couple weeks ago on Tucker talking demons. We are being inundated with demon, which is basically just Jewish demonology, Merkava mysticism propaganda. That's what we're witnessing right now, and that's why we're covering it. Yeah, demon goy slop, scaring you towards Rabbi Jesus.
What the book of Enoch does is it provides, as I said earlier, it provides the foundation of Hebrew cosmology in regard to the antediluvian world. I remember reading...
See? Hebrew cosmology. We're talking Jewish demonology, cosmology, origin stories.
The verses in Genesis 6, those enigmatic verses inscribed in Genesis 6 about the sons of God who saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful. And they came down and they took wives of all whom they chose. And they copulated with these women and progenerated a race of giants in the earth called the Nephilim. But that was it. Just this little footnote. It's a bizarre digression in the Genesis narrative. And this precedes the flood. The next chapter is the flood. And then you get to the New Testament and you see Peter referencing the angels who sin and as a result are chained in the gloomy abyss, Tartarus. Jude takes verbatim from the book of Enoch. He copies and pastes into his epistle a few verses straight out of 1st Enoch. And it's the same sort of, it comes from the book of the Watchers. And the book of the Watchers in 1st Enoch is the story of the descent
Everybody knows, every scholar knows, by the way, that the book of Enoch is not written by Enoch. Enoch would have lived like 2,000 years before. It's Jewish mysticism. That's all it is. Jewish fan fiction. Genesis had some line about the Nephilim breeding with human women, and they wrote they expanded on the lore in the Judeo universe, as Amalek. I think, is that the term Amalek uses? It's like the Judeo comic book universe, expanding on the spinoff, getting deeper into what the fallen angels and the Nephilim are, written way after the fact.
Beings, of these heavenly beings, these celestial beings.
See, so Rogan, think about it. Biggest podcast in the world, Rogan, helps Trump get into office. He's pushing demons. He's pushing Jesus as the perfect solution, even if you don't believe in the magic. So this guy's whole shtick is basically breeding hybrid humans on, it doesn't get more kosher of a narrative than Glenn Beck's promoting it. Merkava Cinematic Universe. Yeah, the Book of Enoch. On with this. I think Riley Gaines. He has a book, the Book of Enoch. Whoa, there's me. Green Crusader. All right, we get the point. Luna's been saying the same thing. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Look, look at that. How doesn't get more kosher than this. Daily Wire also promoting the Book of Enoch, dude. So all the biggest Zionists, all promoting Jesus, all scaring you with demons. Do the math. Put it together. Do you see what's happening here? So expect that. We'll cover that. The biblical experience. Look, this got 17,000 likes. So we'll see this dude on with Rogan real soon, going deep into the hybrid alien Nephilim fallen angel demon conspiracy. I love how they'll entertain all of this kooky nonsense, but the idea that Jesus didn't exist, like that's not an interesting enough conspiracy to even entertain. Look at this. The biblical experience. Let's see this. Let's see the inside, the visual look of the Judeo comic book universe. Good music. Dude, was that an angel slaying a dragon? Dude, this is, if you put on the glasses and you're really demon pilled, you realize that this is what the heavens actually look like. And this is the type of idea of the firmament and seven heavens and Paul being caught up into the third heaven. This is where they invented the stories of Jesus waging war against Satan and his demons in heaven, in Ascension of Isaiah. In Hebrews, it's a heavenly Messiah. All this is going on, and Jesus existed to the first Christians only in this realm, in this cosmic, celestial, heavenly realm. Leviathan? Uh-oh. Doggy just opened the door. Dude, heaven is deep. What? White Jesus? Whoa. Dude, imagine this on weed, bro. Imagine this on magic mushrooms, this video. This might make me, I watch this on magic mushrooms, I might turn into a Christian.
Thanks for your grace. In this sacred space is our holy place.
Based. Whoa, the Ark? Babel? Tower of Babel? Whoa, we gotta, hold on, we'll watch the whole thing and then break it down.
Is our holy place.
This is like the Bible, the movie. This is actually sick. This is like a comic book movie. If the Bible were real, the Bible, like they just made the Odyssey. This is like if they made an Odyssey version of the Bible. Cyrus.
Faith's warm embrace. In this sacred space. This is our holy place.
Whoa. Yeah, this is very psychedelic. What is it going to end with? Whoa. What? The Antichrist? Mark of the Beast? What? Dude, this is sick. See, dude, these Christians and Jews that really believe this stuff, it's like they're living in a Dungeons and Dragons imaginary, like Marvel comic book Jewish universe. Dude, they're so out of it. Four Horsemen.
Faith's warm embrace. In this sacred space. This is our holy place.
Whoa.
Base.
Jesus! Whoa, it looks just like me. What the hell? Dude, his hair white like wool, the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven, and it looks like fucking me, bro. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Through his mouth. Dude, this is what they think Jesus is gonna come do. Trust the plan, bro. The book says we win in the end, dude.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Dude, this is like the coolest Christian thing I've ever seen, though. Dude, he's casting all the Jews and the pagans into the lake of fire. Dude, we are so back. Spiritual Jewish boy summer. The lake of fire. Oh, dude, rapture time. Post-trib rapture. Let's go. The wolf and the lamb. Oh, destroy all the pagan idols. That was based. Oh, dude, ancient European statues of our ancestors. Blow those up. Based.
Is our holy place.
What's with the hold on? Is that the temple of Jerusalem? What's with the gold cube? The Jews have the greater Israel. This is apparently the greater cube, Jesus, one world religion. A pagan version would go hard. Look, it's all the Goyim worshiping the Jewish God together. I don't know. Is there a golden cube that I'm missing? I don't remember this part of it. I was going to say, like, the whitest thing I've ever seen. The cube of Christ. The Kaaba 2.0. Christians are like, you Muslims dance around a cube. And then they have this. This is how we win. Guys, this is what winning looks like right here. Best case scenario, golden cube in the Middle East. Oh, but it's not a Jewish religion, though. This is where white people were from. Trump's ballroom. New Jerusalem comes out of the sky as a giant cube in Revelation. Well, dude, this is what it's all for. God's plan right here. Globe Earth confirmed, by the way. Not flat. This is crazy. That was amazing. The circle within a circle. Moses on Mount Sinai. Tower of Babel, Cyrus rebuilding the temple. Annunciation coming to Mary, angel coming to Mary. Is that what it says? Jesus is born. Herod's tripping. Look at Herod tripping. He's like, oh shit, dude, the real king is born. What am I gonna do? These Pharisees are like, go kill him, go kill all the kids, just like Moses and the Pharaoh. Herod. Dude, look at these Edomite Pharisees, bro, dude. They totally aren't the real Jews. Whoa. The three wise men, where is he who was born the king of the Jews? So too fast. Let's bring our gifts to fulfill prophecy, the magical star of Numbers 24:17. Goldenborg Cube, Craft for Christ.
Sent $5 on Rumble. The Goldenborg Cube Craft of Christ.
All the E-Crusaders should start putting golden cubes on their foreheads. In their profiles. Slaughter of the innocents. John the Baptist being baptized. Jesus in the desert. Jesus healing the leper. Jesus walking on water. Healing. Is this in the temple? Flipping the money tables? Whoa, kissed by Judas, Last Supper. Sermon on the Mount. There he is. There's our base chat Aryan Jesus flipping all the money changers with his whip, bro. Healing the Goyim, dog. Whipped, tortured, mocked, crucified.
Is our hope.
Our hope and peace. Mary's crying. Oh, he goes down to heaven, escapes the womb. Doubting Thomas puts his finger in the hole so you know it's real. Have faith without believing. Hey, Goyim, believe without seeing. That is a virtue. What is this, the Ascension? Oh, dude, there were totally angels with wings, based white Aryan angels with wings when Jesus floated away to heaven, bro. Stood at the right hand of God. Oh, dude, what was that? This is what happens to you. This is your mind on... Dude, look at how white that Jesus is. White Aryan sun god. So if you read the Bible, you turn into a demon? Is that what happens? I'm not getting this one. 134. So you read the Bible and you turn into a demon? And a goat? I don't know what those are. That was Lucifer. John the Baptist heads. This reminds me of the meme I made. Where's my meme? Watch this. It's called Abrahamic Matrix. Judeo Matrix. Dude, I had no idea. I hadn't watched this yet. I didn't know how epic it was. Here we go. Judeo Matrix. Doesn't it look just like what I made? Same imagery. Look, everybody with their cross necklaces on their phones, having Jesus smuggled into their brains, into their subconscious. The conspiracy to Jesus pipeline. The inundated with the Charlie Kirk revival and believing the Bible and scared of demons and Satanists everywhere. My ops right here, guys. Fuentes, Adam King, Sneeko, Jay Dyer, and Ian Carroll. This is my ops. This is what we're up against. The Judeo Matrix. Dude, Satan goes hard. Dude, what's this beast with the 7 heads? Horrible. Whoa. This is like a scare tactic.
Faith's warm embrace in this sacred space
Get the Christians, get the Crusaders.
is our holy place.
And here comes Jesus. Dude, Jesus comes in so hard. Dude, there's me, bro. That is so crazy. My hair was just a little bit... I got to grow my hair out a little longer. I'm a little off. Yeah, Jesus. Dude, when Jesus comes back, bro... When Jesus comes back, he's going to crush all you Antichrist pagans and Jews, dude. Dude, Satan's going to be so mad. Jesus totally mogs the devil. Techno Jesus. Dude, when I like to picture my Jesus like a based blonde-haired Aryan with locks of golden Targaryen hair, like coming down and breathing a fireball out of his mouth and just destroying all the synagogue of Satan, dude. That's how it's going down. I like to picture my Jesus. Right? I like my
I
Jesus
like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt because it says, like, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party, too. Because I like to party, so I like
Thorsrune sent $5 on Rumble. I like Aryan biker Jesus flying down on his mighty steel horse bagger.
Yeah, dude. robe dripping in the blood of the Goyim, you know, eyes ablaze, smiting with his iron scepter in the word of his mouth. Demons be so mad, bro. Satan be so mad. We know how the book ends. We know in the end we win. When Jay Dyer says, we've read the end of the story, bro. We know what happens, dude. Yeah, the Antichrist has to rule, but then Jesus is going to save us, dude. This is what he means. Every Christian, everything we just witnessed here, every Christian has to just go like, yeah, that's all true. I believe that. I believe the Jews that said that. Amalek says, Adam, the part with the writing on his chest is Revelation 19:16. What does that say? King of kings, Lord of lords, supreme authority over all earthly rulers. Dude, this is, just believe in the magic Jews and this is you, bro. This could be you. In heaven, with your wings, just being a good guy, bowing down, being the footstool, singing the praises of Rabbi Yeshua forever. What could be better? Ultimate fantasy, dream world. Holy name
is our holy place.
Our holy place. That was so good, dude. We got to read the comments. What are the comments gonna say? I'm looking for me as my Jesus coming down. Maybe if I search Jesus, it'll come up. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Let's see. Epic, love it. Absolute banger, says Really Graceful. Captive Dreamer impressed. Well done. Scythian bro made this? I'm following him? Oh, no, somebody else made it. Semyaza. That is weird. Maybe they didn't make it. They just posted it. Dude, that's like the coolest Christian video I think I've ever seen, to be honest. Flat Earth. Okay. We get the point. Hegseth says now TRT, we're juicing up. Remember they lowered the restrictions on testosterone replacement, and then now they're like offering it to free to our super soldiers. Yeah, dude, let's get all our military roided up. Why not?
At the Department of War, we have the most elite.
I guess it's obvious that he's on the juice. He's on the juice, and I saw he could barely bench like 135 pounds. He's struggling. He had a Mamdani moment. Remember Mamdani tried to bench? Couldn't do it.
At the Department of War, we have the most elite warriors on the face of the earth. Every single day, you are pushed to your absolute physical and mental limits to master the profession of arms. We demand your all, and you give it. But while we invest heavily in our weapon systems, platforms, and gear, our most decisive tactical advantage will always be the individual warfighter. We have a sacred duty to maintain that advantage, which is why we must constantly...
We have a sacred duty to maintain the advantage and stay juiced. Why not? It's kind of like how didn't the Nazis take all types of meth for the wars?
Look for new
Dude,
ways
you want your
to
military to
optimize
be a bunch of weak, effeminate bitches, or to be some roided out chads mogging, crushing?
Your resilience, and your long-term health. And to meet that commitment today, I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members, ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best. Because it's well-established science that as we age...
Dude, this makes me want to get on the gym. I need some TRT. Dude, how big I am right now, could you imagine if I've never taken a steroid in my life? If I tried steroids right now, I would look like all the AI images I'd be making. For real. For real.
Testosterone levels often naturally drop. Under the supervision of our world-class medical professionals, Warfighters age 30 and older are going to be tested annually as part of their periodic health assessment. It's a health assessment that happens every year. We're just adding this test. Those under 30 can voluntarily choose to get the test as well.
Yeah, if you're older, it's like the fountain
If treatment
of youth.
is recommended, it's entirely your choice to receive testosterone replacement therapy. This initiative, it's not about artificial
TRT
enhancement.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's about restoring and optimizing your natural capabilities, protecting your longevity, and ensuring you have the biological foundation required to sustain the fight. We owe our warriors the absolute best.
Dude, all these Christian e-crusaders are going to get on steroids, and then we're going to be like, dude, Jesus is fake and Jewish, dude. Stop coping.
Yeah, I've got faith, dude. What do you have, you little bitch? You want to throw down, bro? Okay. Hey. You want to see what it feels like to talk shit about Christians, dude? I'll kick your heathen ass.
We're going to be seeing a lot of that if we give all these Christians, get them on steroids. We're going to have a lot of roid-raging e-crusaders. Yeah, it's going to be...
medical care in the...
I'm not turning the cheek. Jesus was a Chad, man. What do you mean? Let's get a whip like Jesus, bro.
the world. And this program delivers on that obligation. Taking care of your long-term health means ensuring you remain strong, resilient, and capable. Not just for your next deployment, but for the rest of your life. Yeah. So you can thrive long after you take off.
Jesus Christ.
As we know, the modern battlefield is brutal and unrelenting. It requires and demands maximum psychological and mental readiness. And by addressing these health markers early, we're keeping you on the leading edge of lethality and giving you the same level of support that you give this nation, the absolute best. Godspeed.
Give
Keep
you
going.
all the steroids you need.
And God bless.
Remember Righteous Gemstones working out for Christ? That's what the Christians are going to be like. I played that so many times. Christians now that with the new program for them to all get on steroids. God Squad.
Are you looking for salvation? It's 10% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I'm Kelvin Gemstone, and I'd like to share with you my love of Jesus Christ and Jesus' love of...
None of that pussy Schofield dispensational Protestant bullshit. This is masculine Christianity. Steroid Christianity.
Beautiful body.
I want to be a warrior for the Lord. Well, then you might be a perfect fit for the God Squad. Nature is the Lord's gym, and we will welcome you into our workouts as if we were friends.
Use your body to get closer to the Lord.
You will also learn how to accept Jesus, Lord, and the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ inside of your heart. And what happens when you accept Him in your heart, Jericho? Do the tit thing.
Friendship, brotherhood, transcendence in a tight bond. It's all waiting for you at the God Squad.
Results may vary. Not everyone will receive the same results. Women not allowed.
Women not allowed, of course. Okay. I don't even know. Where are we? Hour and a half. Can I go? Am I going to crash out into Jesus right now? Let's do this. Let's see the latest from Nick. Nick's glazing Jews, apparently. Says we need to emulate Jews. Let's see that. I don't know if I can. I might have to do a stream tonight or something of all the Candace stuff. I'll do a kooky conspiracy Candace show exclusively maybe tonight.
Glad to hear that. Appreciate it.
Goy Fatigue sent $150. First ever super chat. Just wanted to say that I have Goyim fatigue.
Me too, man. Seriously. Thank you for the huge super chat. I appreciate it. Siri is going.
The only good Goyim in the world are in the chat right now, guys. 400 good Goyim in the world. As far as I'm concerned, the only good Goyim out there are my chat room. Mullet stream? Yeah, we'll do a late night mullet stream. Good idea. I posted me with a mullet, AI mullet, the other day. Everybody liked it. I think I might go mullet. I want to grow it out, though, so I can look like Son of Man Jesus floating down from the clouds of heaven for some drone videos.
Fatigue. Honestly, we have to emulate the Jews. The Jews, listen, In many ways, the Jews have it figured out, and we have to emulate them.
Green Goys.
Daywalker Jones sent $10 on Rumble. Green Goys.
Green Goys.
Not morally, but in how they move. The way the Jews move, they're so much smarter than us stupid Goyim. The way they stick together, the way they help each other, the way they focus on what matters, they're learned. They arranged each other's marriages, they get married, they have kids, they learn their holy books, they learn the history, they learn the esoteric, mystical stuff as well as the legalistic, ritualistic stuff. I mean, they have figured it out. And us white people, we don't have a fucking clue. White people are on 4chan. The Jews are studying the ancient scriptures. The Jews are studying the ancient tradition. The Jews are studying the mystical tradition. The Jews are learning and teaching each other.
And you're reading their fake books and affirming it and saying it's all real, Nick. See the problem here?
Their finance, helping each other. They're like a fucking unit, man. They're a team. And us stupid white people are on 4chan getting in Twitter drama. Fucking, you fucking guy who works for the Jews. This fucking guy's a Fed. I saw a thing on 4chan. Really?
Yeah.
It says Hitler. Da, da, da.
And this is what they all do to me all day. Oh, Greenberg. Oh, Jewish. Oh, Mossad. Oh, boom, boom, boom. That's all they do. They're so stupid. They're cooked. Goyim are cooked. Goyim fatigue. You deserve to lose. You're wrong about everything. You're retarded. You're liars. You don't listen. You want to be discrediting and lose. Get everything wrong. Well, you're going to get what you deserve. You're cooked.
So ignorant, so weak, divided. We need to, in some ways, I don't think we'll have.
Did you see that Amy Dangerfield's Avu website shut down? Lol, what an embarrassment for that whole thing.
Yeah, that was epic. Epic fail. I didn't even know she had a website.
Beowulf 914 sent $5 on Rumble. The Gemstones clip is based on a real Christian group called the Power Team in the 90s.
The Power Team? Okay, let's see. The Power Team. 1990. Oh boy, this is going to be good. 19 years ago. The Power Team, full VHS video. Okay, hold on. This is fun.
With Kalshi, you can make...
We're going to play the rest of this clip.
Be able to be like the Jews, we have to be like Rome.
Apollonian. Dude, Nick is such a secret Apollonian, dude. Everybody knows now, Nick. Come on, just come out of the Apollonian closet, Nick. Catholicism ain't the way, Nick. Just come to terms with it. Come out of the Apollonian closet already. You see the thing online? He's selling a Arch of Titus shirt. You mean celebrating pagan Rome?
I'm beginning to think that like the Jews can operate a certain way that we cannot. So we have to be different. We maybe need a Roman mentality, which is maybe
an Apollonian pagan mentality, if you will. Wow, Amalek.
Maybe like embracing contradictions, universal ideologies that can marshal huge amounts of...
Universal ideologies? You mean like Catholicism that means universal? Oh, bro.
Men.
It's happening.
And huge armies, like that. Maybe that's the idea. But anyway, I agree.
You know what? Shoot, there was a Jewish guy retweeted that. I want to play. What did he say? Macrometer, thank you.
Macrometer sent $100 meeting the Miz. Let's go. Ask Mizrahi if you can meet Rabbi Yosef Pinto.
I think Pinto is a L.A. rabbi and Mizrahi is a New York rabbi. And I believe they're different Jewish sects. Dude, I'm not gonna go to the goat Mizrahi and be like, hey, can you hook me up with this other rabbi? I'm not gonna do that. Mizrahi's the goat. After I crush him, I'm gonna at the very least create a glitch in the Judeo Matrix on Sunday. At a minimum, a glitch in the Judeo Matrix. Might not bring the whole matrix down, but it might be the first domino, the first glitch that begins the fall of the Judeo Matrix. Thank you so much, Macrometer. You are coming through so clutch with the edits, with the financial support. Fucking amazing, dude. Thank you. Cheverishtus, this rabbinic Jewish writer, says, Nick Fuentes genuinely praises Jews and says non-Jews have to emulate. We don't need to read the whole thing. No. Amalek wanted me to play this one too. We'll save the Candace kookery for another show because I have so much. I could do a whole 2 hours exposing all the kooky Candace Charlie Kirk conspiracy cultists. But the internet, the stupid Goyim internet that believes every stupid thing out there doesn't want to hear any of that. They don't want to see their big pet psyop getting exposed. Nick argues the Charlie Kirk conspiracies are mass hysteria. It's mass hysteria. It's like also mass psychosis at this point.
And like I said earlier, this is actually the clearest cut case I've ever seen of mass psychosis and mass hysteria. This is groupthink. That's all that is. It's not like there's any new evidence today that we didn't have on September 10th from the conspiracy side. None of that stuff ever really...
You know what? I don't. This can go with the Candace show.
Mullet sent $5 on Rumble. Thursday shekels, Thor Day. Have to mow the lawn on Thor Day today.
Shout out Thor's Day. Yeah, well, I picked up the dog poop and cleaned the kitty box. But yeah, Thursday, I'm gonna get after this show. I'm gonna go get a nice bench push day, chest, shoulders, and tries day at the gym for Thor's Day in honor of my god Thor. I am going to cover this at some point, this cool Substack about all the Jesus apologists, including Bart Ehrman.
Hey, Christians.
We got this Lily J girl, that's this blonde girl, or at least fake blonde, that has been white girl that's been shilling Islam all over the internet. Turns out she's running some fake charity she got exposed for. And apparently the whole thing's a big grift to shill Islam to try to pander and grift off Muslims. And she got busted for it. So that's good. Let's watch the Power Team. That's what I want to see. Okay. Dude, this is white excellence. This is E-Crusader excellence. I never knew that a kid like me could take his mic around the world and flash the big ass. What was the movie? I used to love the ninja movies when I was a kid. Like ninjas in the 90s were so popular. There was a movie where like the guy had to punch through all the bricks. Was that Bloodsports? Did they have a brick breaking competition in Bloodsports? From Madrid to Calabasas, Tijuana, Mexico, who the devils in Tokyo say they know me though, cause I be putting in work, commit my life to rebirth. There was Bloodsport and there was another movie where like they went and fought like the people from Taiwan or something. There was a team of fighters, and then they all fought the Taiwan team. Was it Bloodsport that had the bricks? I want to watch that. I used to love that. Hard to Kill. I don't know if I saw Hard to Kill. Dude, you guys want to hear a funny story? Like with all my church friends when I was a kid, like one of the kids at church, all the church kids would have like a sleepover. We'd go and we'd watch like Bloodsports. We'd watch Bloodsports in original UFC Ultimate Fighter. Best of the best. Thank you, Lanny. Best of the best. That movie was sick. And then Three Ninjas, the brothers, the Three Ninjas movie too. Dude, I wanted to be a ninja so bad. I was a ninja for Halloween a few years. And I'm sure you heard about a new sound gone round. She might have left my hood, but she was born in my town. You didn't know how we was blue on the scene. Does Christian do the dumbest shit? I know you know I see. There's this Christian dude that also has like the chains. He breaks from the chains. Some big chud Christian guy. Chat, did you guys see Best of the Best? I want to watch Best of the Best again, dude. That movie was so sick. Best of the Best. Didn't somebody die? Or somebody like almost die? 1989.
This is the perfect pair for your iPhone. And it replaces
so
3
long
different
ago.
chargers.
It was old when I was watching it then. All right, hold on.
On the team from Portland, Oregon, Alex Grady.
Alex, it's up to you and me. You and me. We're taking home the gold, Tommy.
Yeah, do it. This is a real test for Alex Grady. After a 3-year layoff from the tournament circuit, he makes his comeback against Se-Jin Kwon, considered to be the top-ranking fighter in his weight class.
James Earl Jones?
You can take him, Alex. You've got the tools.
Yes, sir.
Go get him.
Yes, ma'am.
You've got the tools. I am your father.
This crowd is really into this one.
This kid almost died or something. Something crazy happened with the kid. I remember that. I remember the scene where it shows like the Taiwanese team. They're like they're in the mountains in the snow, like kicking trees in slow motion. 3 Ninjas was so Kino. Yep. This is completely unplanned. Show's gone off the rails.
Anticipating a major battle between these two tough competitors.
When I was 10 years old.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
And here we
Since
go.
I was 10 years
Alex
old.
Grady measuring. Se-Jin Kwon attacks. Grady counters with a takedown and scores.
Oh, down, down, down. For you, Travis.
Cowboy.
Take that.
The Korean bounces right back with a powerhouse step to Grady's face. A point for the Korean team.
Oh, this is what happened. One of the dudes on their team with the eye patch killed their friend in a former fight. That's what it was.
In the earlier matches today, the Koreans have built up a wide lead. But because of this outstanding performance by Alex Grady, the Americans are closing the gap.
Oh, dude, do you know I just realized this guy is this the guy that played the dude in the first Ninja Turtles movie? Casey James? Is that the guy? The dude with the mask in Ninja Turtles? Casey James, right? Is this that same actor?
The Americans are closing the gap.
It is.
But it is way too early to write off Se-Jin Kwon.
Wait, is Casey James the one that murdered her children? I'm all over the place. Hold on. Chat, help me out. Who's the guy in Ninja Turtles? Casey Jones. Casey Jones.
What? As we approach the end
That's
Get
what
the
else.
Sanders
Ninja
Power
Turtles. That was the real obsession with ninjas.
Fighter for just $2.99.
Because of Ninja Turtles. The goat ninjas.
Round 2. This match is really starting to heat up. Boom! Se-Jin Kwon explodes with a vicious aerial back knuckle. As if this physical confrontation weren't enough, Kwon seems to be taunting Grady.
You're mine.
Come on!
This is the badass. Dude, I remember hating Asians when I was a kid. I just wanted to like beat up Asians after watching this movie. I'm like, fuck these Asian ninjas.
What is it? Run him out! The athletes are starting to lose their composure. Clearly, both teams are more determined to win, but that determination doesn't affect the score. Alex Grady has thus far defied the odds and is leading in the second heaviest weight class of the competition.
Hold on, what was that guy's
Odds
name?
and is leading in the second.
Is that Ahmad Hashah? What is that guy's name? Ahmad Mashah. He used to do the basketball games, right? American
Second heaviest
Ninja?
weight class of the competition.
All right. Dude, I want to go watch the rest of that movie. Casey Jones In Ninja Turtles 1? Ninja Turtles 1 was like the coolest movie ever. Ahmad Rashad, yep. Called it. He died, I think. I think he died. Chuck Norris. Oh, the Chuck Norris movie where the kid had asthma and was getting beat up by bullies, and Chuck Norris taught him how to fight. What is that one called? Sidekicks. Remember Sidekicks? I never saw American Ninja. Was that the TV show where they like did ninja shit? Ninja Assassin? I wasn't into like the real Asian fighting kung fu movies. More like the ones that they made for the white kids in America. Sidekicks. Yeah, dude. That was like that was the Chuck Norris I knew from Sidekicks. He's got asthma. He's running. He passes out. He's like, no, you don't need your asthma inhaler. I'll watch American Ninja tonight.
Somebody stop them!
Here's Casey Jones.
Boleslav sent $50. Are you going to continue the book club? Also, what is your take on Josephus mentioning James as the brother of Jesus?
It's talking about a different Jesus. That's Jesus, son of Damnius, and what he describes isn't even what happened with Jesus and the regular James. So it's not actually Bible Jesus. Easy one. Yes, I know. I should have set up the book club for tonight. I don't know if I want to do it to you guys on a Friday night. The debate's Sunday. So yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'll schedule it. I'll send out the Substack. Sign up on Substack. Link below for the book club. I've been lagging on the latest chapter, but it's the best chapter. So I'm thinking Monday. Everybody check your emails for the message for the Monday link to the private book club Zoom call for the Bart Ehrman Exposed chapter.
Whoa! What the hell was that? I don't know.
Well, that
Here
was
he
a
is.
crime, you purse-scrubbing pukes. And this is the penalty. 2 minutes for slashing, 2 minutes for hooking, and let's not forget my personal favorite, 2 minutes for high stick.
How about a 5-minute game misconduct for roughing, pal?
Hey, Bogey, now who died and made you referee? You did your job, now get out of here and let me do mine. These JV lowlifes need to be taught a lesson.
Not like that, they don't. Not from you.
Well, it looks like you're the one who needs to be taught a lesson, pal. Class is paying 101. Your instructor's Casey Jones.
Look, I don't want to
He's
fight
Jewish,
you.
I think. His name is Elias.
Tough rocks, pal.
Maybe not. And I'm not sure it's the same guy, actually.
A Jose Canseco bat? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
Ooh, that's it. Stupid one sale, pal. Hey, what are you, some sort of punker?
Huh?
God, I hate punkers. Especially bald ones with green makeup. Wear masks over ugly faces. Ooh.
No better!
Strike one! Whiffer.
Home run! Raphael wins! 1-0!
All right, it's not the same guy, actually. Sorry. False alarm. Remember Sidekicks? Chuck Norris? Power team for Jesus. Dude, 5 phone books? Dude, how many of these Christians served hard time? Reclaim Man says you got to be mindful of all those violent white muggers in New York City. Hey, dude, not There was one time in New York where the criminals were actually white. Any Christians in the chat? I bet you Jack Stone was real into these guys, huh? Were these your favorite, Jack Stone? Is that who told me about this? Jack Stone's mom and dad took him to go see these guys when he was a kid. They're like, look how strong they are for Jesus. Real men worship Christ. Right, Amalek. The criminals in New York used to be Italians and Irish. Totally. Konzo, you like the power team? Dude, I might have got baptized if I saw these guys. If these guys showed up at my church and they're like, you need Jesus, I would have been like, okay, let's go. So I would have thought these guys are cringe. Dude, how much? We're just wasting bats at this point. All right, if you could do one, we're not impressed by 20.
Is that all you got?
They do all this and then they tell you, turn the other cheek and love your enemy.
Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. I'll take your best shot. I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? It's alright. It's alright. I'll take your best shot.
This looks a little dangerous. Dude, they're doing this. They're going to burn the church down. What the hell? That is a lot of fire for your Sunday service. Dude, you Zoomers don't even know what it was like to be a kid in the 90s, dude. You'll never get it. You missed out. Sorry. Sorry. There's no going back.
Here comes the ready and now.
What are they doing there? Dude, they're like, look, his arm is so strong, 3 guys won't break it off.
Here comes the ready and now. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the
with his head, with the dome.
How you like me now?
Dude, I guess you can do that when you're missing your prefrontal cortex is already damaged from belief in Jesus. They're like, prefrontal cortex, we don't need it. We've got Christ. Boom.
Here comes the ready and now.
The 80s, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hate on the 80s kids. I was a part of 80s kids too. Yeah, if you thought the 90s were cool, let me tell you about the 80s. American Gladiators, yeah. Dude, my mom should have showed me that, and then maybe I would have been baptized for real. All right. Remember this scene in Sidekicks when the bully's like instructor challenges Chuck Norris to a fight at the end?
You know, Norris, I've always wanted to see how good you really are.
Watcher sent $20. Imagine if we had native white pagan Asatru guys doing the power team routine in schools. We could call it team or something.
Yeah, we need a pagan power bros. Pagan, a pagan breaking bats and ripping up phone books team to go to elementary schools for Thor. That'd be based.
I've always wanted to see how good you really are.
You're only going to see it once, Stone.
Yeah.
And here they are in the final freestyle pairing. Chuck Norris for the Frying Dragon.
Remember who you were, white boys. I was a little ninja being trained by Chuck Norris to stand up to the bullies. And boy, did I.
Representing his dojo.
Dude, when I was in the first grade, I was at the park by myself near my school or by my home. and there was a couple kids there that I'd never seen before that were like a little bit older than me, and they all had soccer cleats on, and they're like, "We've got cleats and we will kick your butt," or something like that. And I remember just like beating them all up and then running home because of this movie. I used the secret and beat up the bullies just like Chuck Norris told me to.
In the final freestyle pairing, Chuck Norris from the Flying Dragon and Kelly Stone representing his dojo.
Oh, cheap shot. Yep.
You talking to me over here? Come on. All right.
He's so cartoonish. I love the mullet. They both got mullet throws. This is like the other movie, the other classic ninja movie. Amalek, I was a soccer cleated bully back then. It might have been you, Amalek. It might have been you at the park picking on me. Did you get beat up by some kid with white hair when you were little? Might have been me. The other ninja movie was, of course, The Karate Kid, too. This is like a remake of Karate Kid. Yeah, Joe Piscopo, yeah.
Come on. All right. Come on, Norris. Come on.
I watched this movie so many times.
Excellent point. You didn't say go, man. You didn't say go, all right? I wasn't ready. Wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready, bro. I didn't say go, dude. I got the best clip for you guys next week. I'm reliving my whole childhood right now with you guys. The Three Ninjas scene where they play basketball. This is like what got me interested in basketball. Now that I remember. Yeah, Norris was like a demigod. You're right.
That's right. Way to go, Chuck. Shut up, you little twerp. All right, Norris. Let's really do it now.
Yeah, let's really do it.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Shirt off. Oh, dude, he's trying. This is just totally a play on him versus not Jackie Chan. Oh, dude, I'm brain farting on the main guy. What is it? I think the chat just said his name. Who did he fight in the most famous guy? Come on, dude. Every time I learn something new, something falls. Bruce Lee. Yeah, he had a famous fight with Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee took off his shirt and did some shit like this. Dude, about to have an aneurysm. Greased up. They don't make them like they used to. Triple flips. So good.
So you're stuck between the Graphene XT and the Graphene.
Okay, who remembers this scene from Three Ninjas playing basketball? This was me in elementary school on the blacktop.
Give us the ball back. Oh, does the baby want his ball back? We're gonna have to play a sport. Bye! deaf? You want to play or not?
Yeah. We'll play you. 2 on 2.
For how much?
How much? We're not supposed to gamble.
What am I hearing? We're not supposed to gamble.
Dude,
Well,
they got the black kid with the pit bull. Dude, what was the Jewish costume designer trying to say with this? Bully, fat black kid, pit bull, violent pit bull on a leash? Dude, who designed this costume? What are they trying to say here?
Wouldn't want to do anything.
Yeah, we're nostalgia maxing today. Yep, we digressed. I couldn't do Candace. Couldn't do it.
Make your mommy and your daddy spank you.
What do you want to bet?
Colt. Colt? What a name. Yeah, little horsey. How about some hay? Laugh. Colts don't. Well, punks, I seem to be collecting quite a few bikes today. How about we play for yours?
When we win, what do we get?
The good old day of blatant stereotypes. Dude, they got the black bully. Number one, he's black. That's saying something. And then they put a rabid pit bull on a leash on his shirt. That is insane. I love it. Dude, they were trying to warn us. The Jews that produced this were apparently trying to warn us of something.
Well, if you win, me and my buddies let you walk out of here with your girlfriend's bike.
Oh, I remember her. I had a crush on her.
How many points to a game?
10, duh.
Fine, we'll spot you 9. You take first out.
9-point lead.
We'll spot you 9. That's chutzpah. Who's this little ninja white kid think he is? Oh, I'm gonna play the big bully to 10, and I'm gonna spot you 9. Okay, Larry Bird.
Cake.
Now, Colt, no matter what, no fighting.
Oh, God.
No fighting.
Man, with a 9-point lead, they're dead.
Let's whip their butts.
You're gonna kill these punks.
Can you hold my hat? Why are you showing off? I'm not showing off. I'm playing basketball.
Jumps 12 feet in the air, ninja jump. The Akeem Olajuwon and one. Dude, this is what they used to do to me, dude. They'd foul me. They couldn't stop me. All they could do was foul me like this. They'd get mad that a white guy's showing them up. Then they'd foul the shit on me. Cheap shot.
Rocky, are you okay? Back off, I'm fine. Rocky, you alright?
Hey.
Yes. This is where he dunks it, I think.
Colt, shut up.
Go ahead.
9.
Chicken.
Come on, Rocky, one more basket.
Going down.
You can do it, man.
You guys notice this? Hold on. So this is I just noticed a dolly shot. A dolly shot is when you move the camera away, but then you zoom at the same time, and it does this weird effect with like the foreground and the background. I've been thinking a lot about it because I got the new drone, and I want to do some cool drone shots with this. Look at the dolly effect.
Come on, Rocky, one more basket.
Going down.
You can do it, man.
It jumps off from the 3-point line. Literally flies. And dunks on everybody. Psych. Psych. He gave him the psych. So good. Dude, I wanted to have brothers so bad because of that movie. I wanted to be a ninja. I'm like, Mom, sign me up for ninja class.
Come on.
We should run. We should hide. We should kick their butts.
Kick their butts.
Look out!
Gotta love it, man. 3 little kids beating up a bunch of ninjas. Your cousin I was obsessed with this movie based on a true story.
Come on, boy. Round 2.
Yeah.
What are they, Hawaiian?
Yeah.
Double kick. Double punch.
See ya.
See ya. There's a little Oliver Tree. It's with Oliver Tree haircut. That's why we all had Oliver Tree bowl cuts. He's like 5 years old beating up adults. Okay, Tarzan. Just trying to get my mindset, my mind in the right place. This is my prep for the Mizrahi debate right here. I'm just trying to. It's all coming to fruition. About to go ninja mode, ninja goy mode on Mizrahi. That's enough down memory lane. Where are we at? 2 hours? Yeah, Bolslaw. I'm debating Mizrahi. You didn't see the news? Check it out. It's going to be absolute cinema. It's for real. Adam King set it up. Adam King coming up so clutch. Unbelievable. And we're not really debating, did Jesus exist? My understanding is he actually thinks he didn't. So we're going to be debating the details of that and other things. He didn't ask me if he should put, did Jesus actually exist? I wish he didn't put that, actually. But, oh, well, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not going to complain. Yeah, boom. It's actually happening. This is not a joke. This is not a troll. Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, me and Mizrahi going at it. Going against the GOAT. Breaking the Abrahamic matrix. It's happening. All right, that's all we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for the big donos. You guys are amazing, making the show possible.
Woo-hoo! They're nice.
Thank you. I can support my kids. Keep Miss No More News happy. Love you all. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Clip the show, spread the links. Be there on Sunday. Be there tomorrow. I'm going to stream tomorrow also. Maybe also tonight. Yeah, it'll be on Adam King's Rumble and YouTube and his X. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a nice night. Go to the gym and take care. Down with Yahweh. Hail the old gods.